What I'm about to show you is not Mars. This is the New York City skyline at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. For context, on the left side is what the skyline typically looks like when the air is not an unearthly shade of orange. The National Weather Service also posted this time lapse, which you can see here. It shows just how quickly things turned fairly apocalyptic in only 3 hours. This view of the George Washington Bridge, which connects New York City to New Jersey, you can barely even see New Jersey. The hazardous air quality in New York was the worst in the world today. According to the United States Air Quality Index, anything over the number 300 is considered hazardous. By 4 p.m. today, the air quality index in New York City had hit a record-breaking 413, which is so bad that Governor Kathy Hochul announced that New York is distributing 1 million N95 masks across the state tomorrow. Now, if you stepped outside today and wondered, where did all this smoke come from? Why does it feel so hard to breathe and to think and to see? The cause comes from up north, from Canada. Over 400 fires are currently burning in Quebec and Ontario, which is a result of man-made climate change, which is exacerbating the hot and dry conditions that allow wildfires to ignite and to grow. And while the existence of climate change should really no longer be up for debate, being able to actually see this haze in the air is weirdly helpful because it makes climate change visible and it makes it immediate. And it is now affecting cities, and it is causing air quality hazards from Detroit to Boston and from upstate New York all the way down to North Carolina, including Washington, D.C. There is a sort of tragic irony that this week, as this hazardous air made its way toward the Capitol, House Republicans had an agenda item on the topic of air quality, but it had nothing to do with combating climate change. They were taking a vote on protecting gas stoves. Now, Republicans have been up in arms for months now, saying that the Biden administration wants to cancel America's favorite appliance after a federal agency highlighted the link between natural gas stoves, indoor air pollution, and childhood asthma. Scientists at Stanford recently tested a typical New York City apartment with the gas stove, and they found alarming concentrations of nitrogen dioxide, which is a gas that causes asthma and other respiratory illnesses, as well as benzene, which is a carcinogen found in cigarette smoke and car emissions. But even though the Department of Energy is proposing stricter regulations on gas stoves, and some states are actually banning them outright in new constructions because benzene and nitrogen dioxide do not seem like the best sides to go with everybody's scrambled eggs. Despite that, the White House has said that President Biden opposes any type of ban on gas stoves. But Republicans would prefer to stoke fear that President Biden is going to cancel your kitchen.
Since day one in the Oval Office, Joe Biden and his administration have been waging war on American energy. Now they are targeting gas stoves, the preferred cooktop appliance for tens of millions of Americans.
So House Republicans teed up a bill yesterday that would ban the Biden administration from banning gas stoves. And the bill weirdly and unexpectedly fell victim to Republican infighting as 11 members of the far-right House Freedom Caucus decided to sink it, as well as 3 other bills, all to punish House Speaker Kevin McCarthy for negotiating over the debt ceiling, which was pretty embarrassing for Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Still, once Republicans patch things up, there is little doubt that this bill to protect gas stoves will come back, even as the realities of climate change become harder and harder to ignore and the air gets harder and harder to breathe.